I'm not easily shocked, but I actually was shocked by the survey results of what this group of folks say they need to have saved up in order to retire. It's a big number. I'll share that and more coming up. My name is Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. We're all curious, how much do I need to have saved up in order to retire? We're all curious what that number is. And guys, I will tell you, there is a number. It's unique to you. There isn't a survey, there isn't a group of people out there that, I think it's this number, and that's the right number for everyone. It depends on your situation. And so I'm not saying, well, you can't figure it out, and no, you absolutely can. You can know the number, you can have confidence in the number, and you can plan towards it. But most importantly, life will change. Your health will change, your goals will change, your spending habits will change, your circumstances will change, and the process to know what your number is also the same process that should be updated on an ongoing basis to see, is that still your number? Are you on track? Do you need to make adjustments? Your certified financial planner can help you. And just a real quick side comment here. One early in my career, individual that I was serving said, he was an engineer, great with numbers. Already done the math. I need $1 million. When I have $1 million saved up, I can retire on that. Well, we did the analysis. Said I don't think so. It's not quite that simple. Decided to retire anyway. 3 years later, he had to re-enter the workforce because the $1 million that he had saved up was spent down to closer to $400,000. Not just because purely he was spending more, but there were a variety of circumstances that. Yeah, it was not an ideal situation. Guys, there are five factors that are all interrelated that determine whether you're on track to retire. And one of those factors is, how much do you need to have saved up? But if you reach that, which was the case with this example, if you reach that, well, I've done all this math and yeah, in order to retire, I feel like I need $1 million saved up, but I reached that at age 54. Now your retirement is going to last a lot longer than you expected, and therefore you need more than that $1 million, right? So age, when are you going to be retired? When do you want to be done? And then what's your life expectancy? So essentially, how long are you going to be retired? The very simple example I like to share is, well, if you're going on vacation, how much the vacation costs depends on how long are you staying. Are you staying for a long weekend? That doesn't cost that much. Staying for a week? That's going to cost more. Staying for 2 months? That's going to cost a lot, right? So first is, how long will retirement be? Second is, how much are you spending? Third is, what are your income sources in retirement? Do you have a pension? What's your Social Security level? Do you have any rental income or any side income? How much are you saving and how much should you have saved up? And then how much risk and return should you expect from those investments that are saved up? Those are 5 independent choices, but they're interrelated. You make a decision in one area, it's going to influence your decisions in the other area. So always intrigued when I see these surveys, and this one caught me by surprise. A survey of a certain segment of individuals reveals what people think they need to have saved up in order to be able to retire. I was thinking, because I do this all the time, done many videos on this, 1.2, 1.5, something like that, $1 million. $3 million. This survey, shown in here in this article from Bloomberg, you need, about 20% of people feel like they need $3 million in order to retire. Another group, almost 20%, I believe maybe a little bit more, believe they need $5 million in order to retire. Guys, that's a lot. Now, I was surprised when I saw that number, okay? And I would tell you, that doesn't apply to everyone. And so I wouldn't have you see that headline or hear me say this and say, okay, wow, I guess I need to shoot for that. It depends on your 5 factors. When I look at it, and I break it down because I'm a geek, if you feel and you think, yeah, I need $100,000 a year to live. That's what I need to live. Again, being a little bit crude with these 5 factors and oversimplifying, if you just focus on spending, which I would argue is the most important, and say, I need $100,000. I need $100,000 in order to live. If that's your situation, well, $3 million saved up at a 3 to 4% withdrawal rate, yeah, that's $100,000. That's where you get that from. Now, if you're ignoring Social Security, or you're saying it's not going to be there, or let's just assume that it's not there, and I don't have any other income sources, and you truly need $100,000, that's where you could get the $3 million from. Okay, that's where most people don't need $100,000. Depends on your taste buds and where you live and all that sort of stuff. But they also don't need $100,000 just from their investments because they've got other income sources, Social Security, maybe a little pension, something like that. Depends on you. Depends on your situation. So, what's the takeaway? The point here isn't to say, well, this survey showed that a lot of people feel they need $3 million or $5 million, and therefore that must apply to everyone. I'm not on track to save up that much. I'm not going to be able to, therefore this whole thing is not going to work. No, that is not the takeaway. The takeaway instead is, what's your number? What is your number? And it's more than just a number, guys, because again, the number is influenced by the other 4 choices, the other 4 factors, but what's your plan? When do you want to be done? How much are you currently saving? What do you think you'll spend in retirement? What other income sources do you have? How are you going to optimize Social Security? How much investment risk are you comfortable with? And it may be that, I would love to be done at 60. I'm not sure if that's possible. Okay, well, let's map out how much do you need to have saved up in order to be retire at age 60? Because if you're going to do that, maybe you say you need $80,000 a year to spend, but at age 60 you got to buy your own health insurance through Cobra, through healthcare.gov, something like that. So now your expenses are going to be more, blah blah blah, right? Until you're on Medicare. Here's how much you need to have saved up by age 60. In order to get there, you're going to have to increase your savings into your 401k by X amount. The stock market's going to need to cooperate. Might not happen, but that's one path. What if I retire at 62? Well, then that influences how much you need to have saved up and how much you're saving. You could get there here. Okay, what if I'm not on track for that either? What if I shoot for 65? Well, here's what it looks like. Here's how much you need to have saved up. All of that is accessible to you. You can calculate those numbers working with a certified financial planner. I would argue garbage in, garbage out. Going to just some free online calculator that oversimplifies some of, well, how much will health insurance cost? What will inflation be? That where you're not having actual discussion and analysis and decision on those things, that's not going to give you the right answer. Okay? Work with your certified financial planner, build out that 5-factor plan, and then adjust some of the variables to see how much do you need to have saved up. Is it $3 million? It might be. It might be more. Is it 5? It might be less. We'll see. I've seen people retire with well below $1 million, do it comfortably. I've seen people with a couple million struggle because it wasn't quite enough for them. So based on your situation, work with your certified financial planner, build that 5-factor retirement plan, get on track, know what direction you're going, how much you need to have saved up, work with your CFP on that. If you don't have a CFP on your team, contact one on my team. Find us online, Korhorn.com. That's Korhorn with a K. WiseMoneyShow.com. You can find us there as well. Or give us a call, 574-247-5898. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.